does it take to get Cole Thomas to answer the phone? Not 1 ring, not 2 rings, not 3 rings, but 4 rings. Cole has 4 rings. This is his 2022 state championship review video. And you've seen his other 3 rings in the 19-20-21 video. If you would, tell us the story about getting your 4th ring.
So, this is my senior year, so of course, same thing still applied. I was looking for another state title. This year, we had some good competition. I started out the year at 138, and then slowly made my cut down to 132. I had wrestled Isaac Thornton now. I think this was going to be our 4th match against each other. We had wrestled in the finals at other tournaments. I mean, we wrestled in the finals at I think regions, even semi-state, and then we wrestled at GMVWA, which is an Ohio tournament. So anywhere I went, Isaac was there, so this was going to be our 4th match together.
And you tell me off camera that, well, before we get to that, and as a senior, when did you make the decision to wrestle for Chattanooga?
So I made the decision after winning my 3rd state title
Okay.
That year. At that time, I think I had like over 20 D1 offers. And
Oh my!
We're talking to a bunch of schools. So it really came down to, there was different paths I wanted to take. I either wanted to go to University of Wyoming, Air Force
I've
Academy.
actually got I done a video with George King wearing a Wyoming. I ordered it just because of the colors.
Yeah.
I love that color scheme.
Yeah, no, I always loved the idea of, I mean, living in Kentucky, kind of have, it's country, but it's not Wyoming country.
It's not Wyoming country.
So that was always something that drew me out there. And then, of course, I thought about the Air Force Academy. That was a really, I had known people that have gone to the Air Force Academy, and that was always kind of an idea. But it's hard to not wrestle for your coach's son up at Tennessee Chattanooga.
And, of course, in case you don't know, it's Rochelle.
Yep.
And Tim Rochelle is the head coach. And you got, it's Kyle, right?
Kyle is the head coach.
At Chattanooga. So when you get to school, we're filming this on August 15th. When you get to school, we'll link your profile and all that. Everybody can keep up with you if they would like your, your stats and everything for the University of Chattanooga wrestling program. But you make was the decision weighing on you? Because you're like a lot of football recruits, basketball recruits. They want to get their commitment out of the way, that way they can focus on their season for last year? Or was it like something like, okay, this is the easy choice because it's Kyle, it's Tim, I got that Ryle connection?
Yeah, I knew it was kind of going to be an easy choice. I had talked to Kyle previously before that, or I think I talked to TJ because Kyle couldn't talk to me at the time.
Okay.
And just they kind of just told me that they were showing like some attention towards me, so that gave me something to kind of aim for. I had to prove myself junior year.
I got you. I completely understand. And of course, you sign. You guys are seeing photos of the signing ceremony, and it looks like there were some other people signed at Ryle that day.
So we had, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, Summer Denigan. She was ranked #1 in the country for soccer.
Oh my!
So she ended up going to Florida State. That's a good friend of mine. And then we had.
If you can't remember, that's all. But it was cool though that Ryle had everybody kind of sign at once. And everybody themed with their school, like where they're going. That's. Did you think about doing like the hats, like football and basketball guys do?
No, I had made my commitment post before school had started, so everyone kind of knew where I was going, and it was like I liked everybody knowing that I was going to be a Division I wrestler.
And
so
instead of hats, you could have put like headgear, different color headgear.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I'll be wrestling for, throw the headgear away, put on this. So we're coming out of the pandemic. In 2021, you got 38 matches. In 2022, this year, I guess the previous year, but the year we just finished, you get 53 matches. It says your record is 52-1.
Yeah. Yep, 52-1. So I'd gone the past 2 years undefeated, but I kind of had a goal in mind, is to kind of give myself the most challenging matches I could that year. So I had bumped up to, at this time, we were wrestling SWOCA, which was SWOCA finally allowed Kentucky to come back in because of COVID. And there's a kid named Jake Neffenegger who wrestled for Cincinnati LaSalle. and he was 138. And I was kind of floating around that 35-ish mark, and I was like, I can easily go down to 32 and wrestle Isaac and have another match with him, or I can try to challenge myself and see if I can beat a future Ohio State champ.
Right.
So I ended up bumping up to 138 and wrestled Jake Neffenegger from Cincinnati. I ended up losing that, couldn't get to any of his shots, kind of let a lot of things get to me. So it was but it was a good thing because it kind of humbled me. I mean, of course, you need to be humbled sometimes. So it was nice. That was a good be like, all right, you're not the best. All right, you have some stuff to work towards. So.
And some, not all the time, but sometimes you hear, like these 30 for 30s or series like this, like for pro teams or whatever, like the USA Dream Team with Magic, Bird, Jordan, Pip, and all these incredible. They're the best basketball teams that ever been assembled. People say the best sports teams that ever been assembled. They got beat in a scrimmage before like their actual exhibition, like before their playing games, and they were wanting to play another one, and the coach said, "Nope, we're done." And you hear like Jordan, all these guys talk about just how mad they were.
Yeah.
Like, we've never been beat.
Yeah.
Like, we're competitors. We don't take a loss like this. We're going to avenge it. And the coach wouldn't let them do it. And they come out and they blew like whoever it was, Serbia. They blew them like 150 to like 7 or something,
Yeah.
I mean, something crazy. So sometimes it is kind of good to know that Superman can bleed every once in a while. And of course, you go on. I guess after that, was that mid-season, first season, end part of the season?
That was getting closer to the end of the season. That tournament's right before Christmas.
Okay.
So that was our before Christmas tournament.
All right. Now, again, I have to ask, you're a senior. Everybody knows you're going for that fourth ring.
Yeah.
Are you still getting, even though you've probably cleaned out your entire weight class, everybody knows Cole's the man. Are you still getting everybody's best, or are they just getting out there and getting, you have a cracked ceiling over here on this side because you're pinning so quick?
Yeah.
What's the...
So at this point, especially going for my 4 state title, and everyone, I would say like I talk to everybody, so and everyone kind of knows that it was going to be going for my 4 state title. So mostly I would say everybody kind of either ran from that weight class, which made 126 like a slaughter. There were so many really good kids at 126, and 138 was a stud show too. Mm-hmm. But the one thing I got to give Isaac credit to is he had that envision that he was looking kind of for that vision quest, and I had heard that so many times that year, and it kind of got to me a little bit for one of my matches, just that vision quest. And you know how vision quest ends.
So you've got Loudon Swain and Ryan Shute pairing off. If I'd known, I'd have worn my Thompson High School. I got a Thompson Wrestling High School shirt. I do.
That's cool.
If I'd known, I'd have worn. I wore my orange because we're gonna be doing this Ryle guy, orange and black today. That's why I wore it. But it's kind of cool that you're meeting up with, which will kind of spoil it, but you're meeting up with Isaac again.
Yep.
All right. Now, again, we're in the semi-state era of Kentucky wrestling, but instead of having 4, we have 2.
Yep.
And I refereed this semi-state this year, and it was a bloodbath. I mean, it was some really good wrestling.
Yeah. And
there was 2 matches that I wanted to officiate because looking at the brackets on track, I wanted to wrestle. I wanted to referee Genome from Lafayette and Kinley from Madison Central.
Yep.
I got to referee that one.
That was a really good match.
That was a really good match, and I wanted to referee because everybody knew it was going to be you and Isaac. I wanted to referee that one, but you guys were on the other mat, and I was like, ugh, man.
Yep.
But so I got one of the 2, but I did get to watch. I think it was the next match after we bumped, and I was like, man, of all the times to bump, why couldn't I got this one before? Let's go through your semi-state just real quick here. First round, you win by a fall over Francis Cox, Bryan Station, 1 minute and 11 seconds. Second round, Clayton Bradley, Montgomery County, win by fall 30 seconds. The semifinals of this semi-state, you win by a fall over Gus Roberts of Great Crossing, 1 minute 58 seconds. And then in the finals of this, you win by 3-2 decision over Isaac.
Yep.
So he's kind of closing the gap on you.
Yeah. Yep. So that was our 3rd match was at semi-state. Our regionals match, I think Isaac and I maybe wrestled 5 times. Yeah, I think we wrestled 5 times because I wrestled him a couple other times. But at regionals, I had ended up pinning him in the first period.
Oh my!
And like, I don't know. I think I caught him in a cradle or an armbar or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then wrestled him at semi-state, beat him 3-2, and then of course he had the state finals match. But I know it. Like I always told everybody that asked me about, oh my gosh, he's gonna beat you, and I had a lot of people that were like, yeah, he's definitely he's catching you. Isaac only lost him by a point. My mentality is it might show close on the match there, but at no point in any of the matches did like I ever think, yeah, I'm losing this match, or like I could probably lose, or I feel in danger.
And that's something too. A lot of guys have said, like, you know, you're watching it and they're down or you get turned, and they're like, I never felt like he was going to get it. I never felt like I was in danger.
Yeah.
I may have not been in the best position, but I never felt like I was going to go over and it felt like he was going to, you know, outscore me or whatever. So it's good to know, I guess, your abilities that I never was in danger.
Yeah, like I remember talking to my dad after the match, like, you got to start kicking it up. And I was like, I won the match, and I never once felt like I was going to lose that match. I always felt like, even though it might look like, from an outside point of view, like, it looks like he's about to score, I was like, I feel confident in my ability that I'm not going to let anything happen.
And that's the veteran experience of a 4-time state champion. Like in the first video, you said you started wrestling in kindergarten. I mean, wrestled all through your I guess life pretty much. Now let's go to the state tournament real quick here. First round, you win by fall over Aiden Rowe of Louisville Central, 3 minutes 16 seconds. Quarterfinals, you win by fall over Leland Reeves of Taylor County, 5 minutes and 16 seconds. Semifinals, you win by fall over Ryle Johnson of Caldwell County in 16 seconds. So that semifinal match, I was actually at this one. I remember that was you were pumped.
Yeah. So before this, of course, I had people always, you know, being the best there. You have people that are looking for your demise. So, I always try to keep myself at a higher guard and try not to make enemies. But if you're voting for somebody, like I remember sometimes I would get on the forums because people would be like, I'd get told about it by my dad, like, hey, someone said this about you. Like I remember people were saying Ryle Johnson was going to be the dark horse of the tournament. If anyone's going to beat Cole Thomas, it's going to be Ryle Johnson. So, honestly, I think I wrestled better in my semifinals match than in my finals match because there was so much anger. It was like, yep, I got to tell everyone just to...
And funny you should say that about Caldwell County. We done videos with JoJo Carr, Woodford County, 4-timer as well, 93, 95, 96, 97. In JoJo's 96 video, he tells the story. They go to the Hopkinsville Christmas tournament. Andrew Tinsley of Caldwell County puts Joe on his back. I think it was the first time in his career. First time he'd ever give up near fall was there. And Joe said, you know, Joe's a very soft-spoken person, but he was like, you know, the gym went crazy. Everybody was like, oh, he's going to get pinned. Yeah. Well, at state finals, they meet up. Joe comes out and throws him in the first period and sticks him in like 40 seconds or whatever. Yeah. So it's good that, you know, be able to, I guess, bring it out if you have to. Hey, I've still got the fastball. I've still got the right cross. I've still got whatever it is that I need to, you know, to make sure that I ain't going to get beat.
Yeah.
It ain't happening. Not today. It may be somebody else, but it's not happening to me today.
No.
You get to the finals, and you're wrestling Isaac Thornton, Walton-Verona. But before we talk about the match, your team comes in third.
Yeah.
As, you know, at the state tournament, and your team wins a second large school state duels. So and of course you guys beat Johnson.
Yeah.
Johnson Central. So it was 2020. You guys beat Johnson Central. 2021 at Louisville Central. I refereed that one. I think it come down to the last match again in 21.
Yeah, we ended up losing.
And they knocked you. They beat you guys. And then this year it come down like the last. I think you guys actually kind of ran away with that one, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I thought. We ran away. We picked up a pin, and then we pinned in a place we weren't supposed to be and won the last one. So it was like we kind of pulled away at the very end.
And I was supposed to have refereed there, but I caught Miss Rona and couldn't make the trip. So I know I was supposed to be at small school, but I caught the Rona and couldn't make it.
Yeah, I ended up catching. I caught Rona that year too.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was bad.
And you saw Isaac in 2020. There might be a few, I know Harrison Courtney, 4-timer, wrestled Bo Sanders from Harrison Courtney wrestled Harrison County. I know that's a tongue tie. Wrestled them twice back-to-back years. But I can't imagine there's too many years or too many times where there's been like a gap and somebody's wrestled some like the same person. And I have to do some more digging on that one. But again, I'll reiterate, you've had the toughest run of state finals matches as far as on paper with state champions that anybody's ever had. Fight me. I've done my research. Here it is. State champion, two-time state champion in 19, Spencer Moore. State champion that goes on to win in 21. You wrestle Spencer twice, and then George Free, you wrestle him in 21. He wins it here in 22. On paper, there's nobody that can even come close to that. Enough of us talking. Let's watch this four-time state champion, or just going for his fourth, Cole going for his fourth. Now, we were able to find the face-off for the 2022 state finals here at GRC. We're back still at George Rogers Clark High School in Winchester. I think we just couldn't secure a big enough venue in that time. But thank you to the channel. I'll be sure to link them below. That way you guys can check the full video out. But we're going to get the computer set up and watch this 2022 match. Nothing like the face-off, knowing this is your last time in that Ryle singlet, that orange and white and black. What's going through your head as you're standing backstage, or standing, I guess, back in the corridors?
Yeah, so it's going for my fourth state title, and it's the pressure. This is definitely the most pressure I've ever felt in a wrestling match because, of course, all my people back home and all my friends all expect me. Oh, you're going for your fourth, you better win your fourth. And so just the amount of pressure just from outside things, and even putting pressure on myself, knowing that this is mine to win, and I need to put my name in the history books.
That's right, man. All right. So we're going to watch the face-off and then go straight into the match. Let's do this. Turn the volume down just
Yeah, another thing. Isaac was in the state finals every year.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, Brennan Pye, freshman year.
Oh, yeah. So that adds to your... Here you come out.
Yeah, and I might actually wrestle him eventually, too, because Chattanooga wrestles Indiana, and that's where he's at.
Well, that would be something.
Yep.
So you got Rocky on the whistle. And unfortunately, there's no audio in this one, so I kind of just, I guess, narrate. And you got Garrett. So you got two good friends of mine, two good referees.
Yeah, you can tell both of our stances, if we kind of stay the same. Mm-hmm. Isaac's very on attack, not a little low three-point stance.
And something else, too, is this one has different camera angles.
I never saw this one. That's cool.
And there's a lot more people because there wasn't a restriction.
No.
Like in 2021, they sold a certain amount of tickets, and that was it. You couldn't get in the building. Now you can see, there's tons of people there. All right, you got that leg pulling in for it. Nothing yet. You go to lift. He's still defending. Okay, Rocky gives it to you. Gives you two, take down.
Yeah, good little roll through.
Yeah, nice roll right there. Like I've said in all the videos from like the 20 teens on up, is the scrambling ability you guys have. I mean, you didn't see that in the 90s. You didn't see it in the 80s. You definitely didn't see it in the 70s and 60s videos we got of. But y'all scrambling ability is just incredible.
Yep. Here he's doing he's doing good at keeping that leg back because stalemate there. Oh, call me on stalling. Yep, sitting on that leg.
Good call, Rocky.
Yep. I always like getting those first points. Always feel really good. So up 2-0, felt great coming into it.
Wrestle. Come up. There you go.
Stand
Lift,
up.
lift, lift. Nope. Now, right here when he has hold that leg and he's rolled through once, are you like, okay, I'm not going to get rolled here?
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I don't, there's some danger that comes to it, so I think he was thinking about that too, making sure he's not putting himself in danger by rolling through. Here I'm just sitting, waiting just to hold on a little crab ride action. Just sitting here waiting
into
for
the period.
Yep.
All right.
I could tell I was probably in the worst cardio, I think, this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't, for the life of me, my cardio was so much better, like freshman and sophomore year. I just couldn't really get it up, I feel like, my senior year.
So you're taking down. That's the third time you've taken down in the final. I think you took neutral once and then down 3 times when you won
Yep.
the toss. Now, wrestling Isaac as many times, what was his best, like, breakdown, his best turn? Maybe he didn't hit on you, but you know he could hit on other people.
Yeah, so I would say his best takedown, he was so good at almost like a blast double from distance.
Mm-hmm.
And then, or just his head snaps were just insane.
Oh,
I
that's
was
right.
watching him
His
bounce
head- yeah.
kids' heads off the mat. But he didn't seem really to do that too much this match, because in the last match, actually or in the regional match, I caught him on one of his bounces. I kind of did almost a dump.
Mm-hmm.
And here's that, so here I locked that ankle,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm kind of trying to sit back now. And that's what I happened to do in that one little scrimmage I was telling you about the one
Okay.
time. It's like lock that ankle, kind of back up a little bit, let him fall off the top. And then now I got that 4-point lead. And
So
like
you
I
got
was,
the reversal.
so kind of like the match our sophomore year, I had that 4-point lead. I was like, wow, I feel pretty comfortable right now.
All right, we're out.
Didn't feel much danger. Minute left.
All right. So
You're just looking for that little ride.
I'll say you said your cardio isn't, I guess, tip top.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're playing like a video game, it's probably like like a C minus or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Are you thinking, okay, I'm up 4-0. I want to conserve some energy, cut him, or just see what happens, or
So I know I want to try to keep as much points as the board for me and keep as minimal points as for him.
right?
And so right now I'm just looking. I know I have a pretty good ride on top.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just looking just to keep working. Kind of almost like I'm looking for little turns and stuff. But right here, all I do is just a little bit of work, just enough to keep him on the mat and try to burn as much energy as possible.
And that's a totally fair explanation.
Yeah. So I felt pretty comfortable going in the third, up 4-zip.
He's going to take looks like neutral.
Yeah, that's how he did in the our sophomore match as well. So now I'm kind of just playing a little bit more defense. So I'm being not.
Mhm.
I know I still have that one stalling call, but now I'm just kind of not being as much on the offense as I should be, but. Just trying to stay in the center here.
Snap him down. Right?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
How's it feel? Boom.
Yeah, no, this is just burning time for him as well. I mean, he tries to hit that little sit.
Mm-hmm. 1 minute left here in the
Yep.
entire match.
Go for a little shot here. I think he gets a reversal, or not a reversal, but takes me down. I mean, I was just lightly on that leg.
Yeah.
And then he gets it here. But it's kind of one of those things, like, even though I think I get taken down here, but, I mean, I'm still up 2, and he has to try to turn me now. I mean, there's a 2 now.
Yep.
Now he has to try to turn me, which that's pretty hard to turn me.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Nope. So I think he ends up letting me up or something, and I don't remember what happens here. We got 25 seconds left. I'm just sitting here, just trying to do some minimal work on bottom, trying to keep it.
Had you give up any back points this senior year?
No, I don't think I had given up back points. I don't think I'd been put on my back since.
All right, you get your one escape.
I think I call for stalling or something here. I don't think I gave a back point since 8th grade year.
No kidding.
Yep.
Wow.
I think 8th grade year was the last time I was
Yep.
playing
Hit you
too,
again
but-
for Rock. Hit you again for stalling.
Yep. Man, I kind of knew it was there, so.
That's it. You
Holding
hold
up
up
the
the
fours.
hold up the 4s. Throw the headgear over to Dad.
Yeah, it's kind of like all that work. So a young kid kind of paid off at the end.
And holding it up again. Throwing the Ric Flair. Woo!
Yep.
Now, of course, this is your 2022 medal. And you got your Coaches Association plaque. There's one more on the table. Pick that up for us and show it off.
Yep. So senior year, going for 4. They end up somehow giving me the most outstanding wrestler award.
Well deserved.
Yep.
Well deserved.
Yep. So it was that was really cool. And I don't know if the coaches voted on it or who votes on it.
I think it's the coaches and like the tournament director and like a cumulative, I should say. But well deserved.
Yeah.
You become the 9th 4-time state champion. 3rd as a 8th grader, so you're a 5-time state placer, all-stater, I should say. But I mean, 4-time state champion. And the thing about Kentucky is, I say it just about in every video, is Kentucky's not classed. We're not public-private split. We're not divisions. It's if you win, you're the best.
Yep.
Now, granted, we may not have the numbers, the state, like school-wise, some states have, but still, it's one champion.
Yep.
It's if you win it, you can say, you got the proof. You're the best. And 4 times, man, you were able to stand on. Well, I guess 2 years you can stand on top of the podium. 2 years, junior, senior, you stand at the far end of the
Stand under the one.
underneath the one.
Yep.
And let everybody know you're the man. But looking back on these videos, did anything, maybe we didn't bring up jog or just anything, like a little tidbit you'd like to share real quick before we wrap this one up?
No, I honestly, it felt good to go back and watch them. I mean, I hadn't watched them and probably since the match. So it was good just seeing like all that hard work as a young kid kind of pay off, and
I can understand.
Yeah, just brings back some of that energy and emotions from winning those.
Talking about, going back and watching it, I mean, graduated in May?
Yep.
And this is August. Think about this. There's a couple guys I met with from 1983 that never saw their finals. And their video, like Jeff Merritt, Mike Golden from Hopkinsville, they had never saw their video until we went down to Hopkinsville, put it on, and that was the first time they ever got to see themselves wrestle.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All these years later, almost 40 years had passed. And like George King, a couple other guys, Joey Stepp, I could go on and on and on and on. I think this is going to be video. This one is video number 96 that we've done so far, meeting with guys.
Yeah.
Since January. So 4-time state champions are rare. Like I said, there's only 9 of them. Thank you to Cole and his dad and whole family for having me up here today. Their beautiful home. And I guess this is Walton.
Yeah, this is Walton.
Okay, and this is Boone County, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for people, like, you guys know I'm from the eastern part of the state. Northern Kentucky, like, the towns seem like to all run together. You can't tell, like, when you're in Covington, Alexandria, Walton, you're like, I don't know exactly. I know I'm somewhere on 75. I know I'm somewhere on 71. I'm going to Kings Island. I'm going to the Reds game. I'm going to the Bengals game. I'm somewhere in Northern Kentucky, but it's good to be able to say, hey, you're in Walton, you're in this, you're in Newport, wherever. But, man, thank you again for having me up here. Really appreciate it. And I'm trying to get with all the 4-timers. Got up with Brock, Irvin, 5-timer. Brock, we're going to get together and do his 5. We got all 5 of his years. Got with Isaac Knable. He's on the channel. JoJo Carr. He's on the channel. We've got one video of Harrison Courtney's film. We do have another one. It's just getting up with him. He's a hard man to track down. Unfortunately, Robbie Clarkson from Connor, 4-timer, he has passed away. Bryce Schaefer from Union County, unfortunately, he's passed away. We're going to try to get with Bryce's family when we go down to Union County. Hardin, James Earl Hardin from School for the Blind, we believe he has passed away. Austin Myers, we're going to get with him eventually, and John Fahey from Trinity. We're going to get with all the 4-timers. If not, maybe do all 4, but at least get one of their videos, maybe 2 on the channel. That way people can see, just how good they were. Yeah. And that's something about this series is Kentucky wrestling is, you can Google high school wrestling, you can YouTube high school wrestling, and this series is going to pop up.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily anything that I've, have as like a secret formula. It's you guys are watching them. You guys are sharing them. You guys are putting them into the algorithm. And YouTube, Google, everything is recognizing, hey, this is something you need to watch.
Yeah.
This is something that needs to be on for your page. It needs to be out in front, and that's the way I've took the mindset when I started this series. Is we're not going to be behind nobody.
Yeah.
Kentucky wrestling is going to be the trendsetter. We're going to be out. We're not going to follow anybody. We're going to lead. We're going to make the path, and that's what this series has done. And it's being able to meet with guys like Cole and to make the trip up here to his house and have all of his medals and rings and plaques and everything out like that. Man, again, thank you for having me up. Best of luck at Chattanooga. Again, you'll be linked. When the season starts, we'll link this in all 4 of your videos. That way people can keep up with your career, your season. And again, I know the state of Kentucky wishes you the best of luck. And we're looking for the next 4-timer. Who's it going to be? I have my money's on one of the Rainies, probably a 6-timer, probably a 5-timer, probably going to end up being ranked number 1. So Nathan Boston, I know that's probably going to kill you that your number 1 ranking is going to be tied with somebody in Kentucky, but those guys deserve it.
Yep.
So we may be doing a 6-timer and a 5-timer, or another 5-timer, I should say, before it's over with. But as it stands now, Cole's our last 4-timer. I'll say this to end this video. If you have years that I don't, you guys are seeing the years that I do have. If you have years that I don't, please reach out to me and let me know what you have, whether you have like a VHS tape, DVD, digital copy. You can mail it to me, email, Google Drive, whatever the case may be. We just want to be able to meet with more guys like Cole, more guys like we've done other videos with and future videos. That way we can let the world see Kentucky wrestling and just how good our state is at the sport we love. That's all we got from Walton. We'll see you guys on the mats.